This is the Kitchen Table War Story Series, ground zero for the legendary tales of the mineral space.
So, I want to say August 2011, I got a job with Griffith Land Services, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna go to Ohio." So we kind of set our, we saw some Anadarko wells. We kind of planted our flag in Muskingum County, Ohio, and I'd been there about 3 months. And in Perry Township out there, and we're having some traction. You know, we're getting some stuff at about $1,000 an acre. And you know, I'm living at a Comfort Inn. Was it north of I-70? And you know, I'm living at a Comfort Inn for months at a time, and I ended up living out there for about 8 or 9 months. So across the way is an Olive Garden, and I go there probably 4 times a week. I know the menu by heart till today. So you know, one night, take a shower, walk over, and as I'm about to hit the Olive Garden parking lot, cop pulls me over. AR gets out, and he goes, "What in the hell are you doing?" And I was just like, "Going to Olive Garden, man. I do this every day. You know, I'm going to Olive Garden. I'm going to pick up my spaghetti and whatnot." And he goes, "Go back to where you came from right now." And then all of a sudden you hear a poof. And it's not like close, but it's poof. And I'm a hunter. I know what a gunshot is. And I'm like, whoa, something's going on. So I'm just like, okay, I'll go back to where I came from. Radio came in. He hauls ass off immediately. So I'm walking up to Olive Garden. The doors are locked. And everybody's way back in the back. And they kind of look over and they're looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's at the front door. They go over there, open the door, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "I came to pick up my to-go order. You know me. My name's Paden. You know, let me in. My money's green." And so they were like, "Oh my God, where'd you come from?" I'm like, "I'm at the Comfort Inn right here. It's not far. You know, I'm here to get to my to-go order." And they're like, "You know, there's like a bunch of wild animals like running around." And I was like, "You guys are messing with me." Because there's a couple drunk people at the bar who are not leaving Olive Garden. And I go back, I eat. I wake up, and I'll never forget, I had 48 missed calls from my friends, from my bosses, from my family. And what woke me up was, right before my alarm went off, was my boss calling. And he goes, "What the hell's going on up there?" I was just like, "I don't know." You know, he's just like, "Turn on the news." And turn on the news, and this guy who owned all these tigers, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my.
Think Joe Exotic of Appalachia.
Yes, Joe Exotic of Appalachia, that's right. And this guy, on the news, they're talking about this guy scraping deer, dead raccoons, whatever, off the side of the road to feed all these tigers and lions and stuff. So he gets out of jail, supposedly something like can't afford the taxes on his property or the animals or whatever. And he lets out all these animals into the wild, into the country in Ohio.
So how many animals are we talking about?
So he he let out like, I think it was like 25, and they killed like 18. And it's like, you know, 8 bears, 8 lions, 8 tigers, a monkey, a wolf, a cougar. You know, it's weird. The monkey had herpes. I don't know how they know that. You just read the article. And so I'm sitting there, and I got meetings. Like I got a block that I'm trying to lease up for $1,000 an acre, Perry Township, and these guys are ready to sign. And call my mom. Everything's fine. I'm in the Comfort Inn. She goes, "Are you staying in?" Obviously, yes, I'm staying in. I'm not going to go out to these meetings, but I am a 3-month-old landman trying to make a name for myself. I'm going to these meetings. So roll up in the Tahoe, and I'm sitting there buckled in, unbuckle, and you know, looking around the windows, like, you know, getting on my knees, going to the back of the Tahoe. I don't see anybody. And he calls me up and he goes, "Hey, man, I laid a gun on the front porch. Come walk to the bar." And he laid a gun for me to get on the front porch. And I was just like, "Man, there's tigers out here." He goes, "Oh, man, you're fine." The deal never gets done, unfortunately. I had 1,600 acres, like, block ready to drill. We were trying to flip. Didn't happen, but this guy had let out all these animals, and the police are still trying to kill them because they're out there hungry, starving. But what it was he let out these animals that he couldn't afford and wrote in his will, you know, when all my animals are dead and killed after I let them out, which he did after he let out the lions. He shot himself in the head. The lions took a big chunk out of him, and off they went. So they had to bury all these animals. And so they pretty much go hunting, and these cops see these tigers and lions hiding like behind trash cans. You know, big green trash cans up there. They're green, down here they're brown, kind of deal. And pop all these animals, kill them. And they had to bury all of them out there on his land. And no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, you had to follow it by Ohio statute. They buried them all out there. But yeah, it was quite the interesting story going out there and seeing all that. But I lived it.